Sam Raimi is back. Not only is he back in the directing chair after an almost decade absence, but he's also a welcome return to the superhero genre that he's very much responsible for. But does Raimi's return signal a positive creative shift away from the Marvel sandbox? Or is this long-awaited sequel fail to deliver the high standards that Marvel have set themselves in recent years? Stay tuned to find out. From the opening of the movie, you can tell that this is very much a Sam Raimi movie. From the fast pace, which wastes no time in throwing us into the deep end of the multiverse, to the often campy tone, the movie succeeds when it allows Raimi's unique tone to take hold of the story. I loved the unique Sam Raimi details in the direction of the movie, with one of my favourite shots being the quip whip pan shot of Strange looking at Christine during the marriage ceremony scene. I wish Marvel did not let Raimi become beholden to the wider MCU plot, which is painfully obvious during the Illuminati segment. The whole segment feels like it was directed by one of the executives at Marvel in an attempt to shoehorn as many cameos as possible. It's a shame because Raimi has proven himself to be one of the best directors in the superhero genre when he's allowed to have a creative say in the direction of a movie. The movie throws us into the deep end of the action as Sam Raimi gives the audience a spectacle of colours, kinetic camera work, and exciting set pieces. Having said that, Doctor Strange doesn't get too involved with the action, with Wanda often overshadowing the title character when it comes to the standout set pieces of the movie. While the action on the whole was fun and exciting, it lacked a sense of danger for our heroes, as I never felt like Strange was not going to save the day. Benedict Cumberbatch is once again excellent as the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. He retains all of the charm, confidence and wit that have made us fall in love with the character in the first place. Unfortunately, the script doesn't allow for much in the way of developing the character. Ultimately, I didn't feel as if Strange had grown or changed by the movie's conclusion outside of his Darkhold powers. Elizabeth Olsen is the standout performer as Scarlet Witch. The villainous turn that her character goes through in the story allows Olsen to be unhinged in her performance. Wanda gets the most character development in the story, as it was interesting to see how devoted she was to being reunited with her children. Xochitl Gomez provides solid support as America Chavez. Gomez's youthful exuberance provides a nice counterbalance to Cumberbatch's stoic demeanour. Though Chavez displays some cool powers, particularly her multi-dimensional abilities, unfortunately she does very little to impact the momentum of the plot. Danny Elfman returns to the MCU following his work on Age of Ultron, and once again he delivers the goods. The score is energetic and fun, as you'd expect from an Elfman soundtrack. I love the reprisal of Michael Giacchino's theme from the first movie, which shines during Doctor Strange's opening battle in New York. The story felt uneven for large parts of the movie. In many ways, the movie feels more like a solo Scarlet Witch movie than a sequel to Doctor Strange. While I understand that the movie needs to type the loose plot threads from the previous MCU movies and shows, there's a sense that Strange feels less important to the plot than Wanda. The multiverse is severely underutilised both as a storytelling device and visual tool. The production team play it safe in terms of not going too bonkers with the multiverse shenanigans, which is a shame as the movie barely scratches the surface with this concept. The cameos that appear in the movie were fan service and not in service of the story. This is especially true for the Illuminati. Despite their grand introduction into the story, their presence is quickly diminished as Scarlet Witch disposes the team with relative ease. For me, it's the worst kind of fan service, as the cameos felt like a tick box to appease the fans without laying any groundwork to justify these characters appearing in the story. Not seeing the Illuminati in action also felt like a wasted opportunity to showcase their unique powers on screen, especially Reed Richards. Despite geeking out like crazy seeing John Krasinski, who I've wanted to see play Mr. Fantastic for a while now, it was a shame that the movie only gave him a few lines of dialogue. Though he will of course get the chance to become an integral MCU character in the Fantastic Four reboot, it still would have been nice to see this iconic character flex his abilities. There is much to admire with this movie. From Sam Raimi's visual flair and his quirky sensibilities as a director, the top performances from the main cast, and solid action that the movie provides. What holds this movie back from being one of the best MCU movies is the lack of character growth for Doctor Strange and America Chavez, the minimal impact of this story towards the wider MCU, and wasted cameo appearances that have little impact on the story. Overall, I'm going to give Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness a 7.5 out of 10. So I'll now hand it over to you, as I want to find out your thoughts on the movie, and did it live up to your expectations, as I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.